I would make this night a color, a snake color. You too project your colors to the night, so that the night is colored. Colored with all colors. The rainbow is like a colored snake. Coloring comes from our imagination. This is how there are color-blind people, and those who see clearly. The color of the night is black, just as the color of the day is light. The color of the night is the color of our unconsciousness, just as the color of the day is the color of our consciousness. To see clearly is to perceive colors clearly, and to see dark is to perceive nothing. The Lord Jesus opens our eyes to colors. Colors are good because they are beautiful. The very idea of beauty comes from our color preferences. To prefer one color over another is to be clairvoyant. To be clairvoyant is like knowing. To know what we prefer and what we prefer less. I prefer light colors, and my neighbor prefers dark colors. Colors are like our jerseys, tricolor knits. To love colors is to love life. And to love the night is to love danger. This is how among us there are night owls, night lovers and insomnia lovers. Not sleeping is refusing to doze. And refusing to doze is refusing to immerse ourselves in our consciences. Hence the importance of coloring our nights as we color Christmas nights. Christmas is colorful because Christmas is festive. New Year's fireworks remind us of the celebration of colors. And bright colors are the most beautiful. The beauty of a color is relative to people. This is how we love all colors. Where black meets white is gray matter. Gray matter is a mixture of colors. It is gray precisely because it is neither black nor white. We often say that black and white are not colors, and rightly so. Black is falling asleep, and white is fading. What lies between white and black is consciousness. Consciousness is the matter of awakening. It awakens because we project our colors onto it. Not being able to project our colors is not being able to desire life as a whole. Colors come to us from flowers, fruits, and vegetables. That is how we call orange, and green vegetables and plants according to their seasons. The seasons also have colors. For me, summer is yellow, winter is blue, spring is green, and fall is orange. A body illuminated by the white light of the sun appears to us of a certain color, depending on the waves that are absorbed and those that are reflected. That is how what is green to me can appear greenish to you. What is red to me can appear reddish to you. What is yellow to me may seem yellowish to you, and so on. Colors are our fantasies. If there were no color, there would be no solar radiation. And if there were no sun, there would be no red ray. Infrared is an electromagnetic wave, whose name means below red, from the Latin infra, which means lower, because this domain extends the visible spectrum on the side of the lowest frequency radiation, which appears red in color. X-rays pass through matter and are more or less stopped depending on the different components they encounter. The rays that pass through can be detected, which makes it possible to take images of the inside of the body. The red color is weak because the red color is the first to appear in the dark. We associate the red color with the weak heat of fire. In contrast, the blue color is the last to appear, which is how we associate cold, ice, and water with the blue color. Blue is cold and red is warm. Between the two, there is yellow, which is perfectly bright and warm like the sun, and like the desert. The sun is the light of the desert, and the sun is the light of man. Deserted like the sun is to follow its path where our journey leads us. Water, whether it is rainwater, clouds, or the water of rivers and oceans, colors the visible with the help of light. The falling drops of water act like a prism and divide the white light into its components, that is to say, its colors. The visible is the law of water, and the colors are solar energy. The sun pigments the lightest and bronzes the reddest. There are 7 essential colors in gray matter, not counting their variants. Thus there is first red, then orange, then yellow, then green, then blue, then indigo, then violet, then red again, and so on. They never go out, but it renews itself. The variants are numerous. Thus there are ruby, gold, crystal, almond, apricot, iron, amber, eggplant, wheat, cocoa, chocolate, vanilla, cauldron, scarlet, flax, corn, hazelnut, straw, blood, sulfur, fur, and so on. Scientists estimate that on average, a human being can distinguish between more than 1 million different colors. But this faculty varies from one person to another. Some people see only a few hundred different colors, while others can see up to 100 million. For me, the sun is yellow at noon and dawn at sunset and sunrise. Others say that from space the sun is white, sometimes blue. Color is not a single color. We can agree on what white and black are, but not on the variable colors. Gray matter is the color of our ideals, our principles, and our judgments. If you mix red, green, and blue light, you get white light. Red, green, and blue are called the primary colors of light. Mixing colors generates new colors, as indicated on the color wheel. Black is the absence of light, unlike white and other hues. Pure black exists in nature in the total absence of light. Some consider white to be a color, because white light combines all the shades of the visible spectrum. To have white is to have a void, and having a black defines the state of unconsciousness. In both cases, there is an erasure of the soul, an erasure of oneself, and of the conscious state. If we started in the black and in the darkness, it is to be assumed that we will end in the white, and therefore in the void. Birth is black, and death is white. Like a human who dies following a car accident, the last color he will have seen is that of his airbags, white. White is erasure and black is annihilation. From nothingness comes black, hence annihilation, and from white reflects the finality of objectivity. Both are states of death for consciousness, unless we are able to see ourselves in the third person, and therefore become aware that we exist. To exist, we must be two, and to be two is to be aware of each other. Hence the duality of colors between black and white. TV is the first of the gray matters that we were able to reproduce. Before, TV was black and white, in addition to being silent without sound. Then colors appeared with sound. Today we talk about pixel TV, pixels that are smaller and smaller. Pixel TV is a TV with an increasingly real image, so real that it becomes surreal. And these pixels are like photons, which my consciousness engraves in my memory like a photo. After spending time in the light, the pixels become colors that color the darkness. The color of the blackness of consciousness is therefore not absolute black, but a black energized by the pixels of the human eye, or the pixels that the human eye has retained and therefore memorized. The pixel is a unit of measurement, called px. It means picture element. It is used to measure the quality of a digital matrix image on a computer or television, for example. The pixel generally has a rectangular or square shape. The pixel is perceived as energy to the naked eye. Everything we see is produced by pixels of energy, in particular solar energy at first, due to all that is protons, photons, electrons, atoms, etc., then the light manufactured afterwards, which is less clear but just as much energy produced. In the current state of science, quarks are not formed of other components, so they are the smallest things we know. In fact, they are so tiny that scientists are not even sure they have a real size and shape. They could be immeasurably small. Quarks are the smallest scale we know. They represent the infinitely small, unlike the universe, which is infinitely large. The relationship between the infinitely large and the infinitely small is that the eye does not capture it, but that our intelligence in common measure interprets. Understand who can, understand who will.